Hi, I'm Emily, and this is my dad. And a couple of weeks ago in class, we started talking about the attack of 9/11, and I told my teacher that my dad was the emergency responders after the tower fell over, that I could bring in pictures that he had, and she said, great. I brought in the pictures, and I had my class write down a few questions they had for him, and I'm going to interview my dad about it. How much smoke was there?
How much smoke was there? Well, there was quite a bit of smoke. There was a lot of smoke when it first happened, but we got there about 10 days after the things happened, and it was still very, very smoky. And it was one of the first things I remember when we got to New York City. We were crossing the George Washington Bridge, and the first thing I remember smelling was a very strong smoky smell.
Why was there so many boxes on the stage?
There was a picture that I took. Um, that was at the City University of New York, which is right there, and people from all over the world felt like they needed to help out in any way that they could. So they just boxed up things that they thought that the firefighters or the police or anybody in New York City might need to be helped out with, and it just got all shipped to New York City and it got dumped in places like that. So some of it probably got used, but a lot of it didn't. I think a lot of it just sat there. So, which is sad. Um, I think one of the big things that I remember the most is like the one picture, with the ambulance that's parked in front of the Empire State Building, and it's all lit up in red, white, and blue. That was quite a sight to behold. Um, I remember a lot of things like the smoke and the smells.
How long did it take to clean up?
I think it probably took years to clean everything up, but um, they were, 10 days after we got there, or we got there on day 10, and they'd had a lot of it already cleaned up. They were moving truck after truck after truck of the stuff out, which is some of the pictures that you saw there.
Why did Leroy ambulance go all the way to New York City?
Why did Leroy Amos go all the way to New York City? Um, because they had the thing was so big, the problems from the towers falling down was so big that they used up all the people that they had in New York City that were qualified as emergency responders. So they got tired. So they invited some of us to go down, and my job was to take care of the people that are actually looking through the pile. If they got hurt, then Daddy was going to take care of them.
What was it like?
What was it like? On the first day when the actual thing happened, I remember it being a little scary, a little bit. I think we all got a little mad, which is kind of interesting, because our country had been attacked. But when I got there, it was just, in a lot of ways, it was just like a lot of the other fire calls and ambulance calls and stuff that Daddy'd been to, just a lot bigger. Because there were people from all over the world there helping out.
Was it hard to breathe from the smoke?
Was it hard to breathe from the smoke? Um, A little bit. When Daddy first got there, it was kind of in the middle of the night, and until early in the morning, the air was really heavy and just kind of hanging, and all the smoke just kind of stayed in the area. As the day went on, then we got a nice little breeze, and it kind of blew it all away from us, so it wasn't so bad. But Daddy did get a sore throat from it.
How long did it take you to get there?
How long did it take us to get there? It's about 8 hours from here, from Batavia. We had to go to Batavia first and then meet all the other ambulances, and then we drove down together. So, okay.
How many people went with you to New York City?
How many people went with us to New York City? There was 4 of us from Leroy, and then I think there was actually 5 ambulances total. There was the one from Leroy. There was 2 from the city of Batavia. I think there was 1 from Bergen, and then there was 1 from Byron. That one. So,
Did anyone die after the event?
did anybody die after the event? Honestly, I don't know the answer to that. I'm sure that, I know that a lot of the firefighters that worked on digging in the pile are actually going through issues with cancer and stuff like that now because of all the smoke. So, but I don't know.
Did you get hurt?
Did I get hurt? Nope. I did good. It's,
How bad was the air?
how bad was the air? You know, like I said, the first few hours it was kind of thick, but after a while it kind of cleared up. At least that's how I kind of remember it anyway.
What did you do when you first saw the accident?
What did I do when I first saw the accident? Well, I think it was like anybody else that was there. It was very shocking how much damage there was, and you just kind of have to think about that for a minute, and hope that everybody that went through it while they were there, will get over it in time, because it was kind of bad.
Was it really hot when you got there?
When I got there, as far as the day goes, it was just like today. It was about 70 degrees out, 50s in the middle of the night, so no. But you've seen some of the pictures with the metal on the truck and stuff. Yeah, the metal was still very, very hot from when it went by us, from all the heat from the fire that was in the building. And that's 10 days after it started. So
Was it really scary?
was it really scary? Not at that point, because we knew what was going to happen, so things were pretty easy to deal with. It was scary on the day, when the stuff was going on and Daddy was at work and watching it on TV, but that wasn't good.
That was our last question, and here are some comments.
Okay.
Thank you for helping.
Well, you're welcome. Who's that from?
Abby.
Abby, yeah. You're welcome, Abby.
We are so happy that you helped.
Awesome. I'm glad I could help.
Oh, that was from Ryan.
It was from Ryan? Well, that's a good name.
I respect you a lot.
Okay.
Annie.
Yeah, thank you.
You are such a brave and caring person.
Yeah, I don't know that I'm any braver than any other firefighter, but I do care. I hope you know that.
Thank you for watching this, and I hope you learned a little bit about what had happened.